pieces that could really help them in the future. I'm gonna try and see what I can do to try to help restart this franchise as quickly as possible. Obviously, looking at some of their good tradable pieces like Eric Gordon, Daniel Tice, maybe even Christian Wood, having a lot of choices, I guess, to see what I can do with this team. And obviously, the biggest elephant in the room is what to do with John Wall. Can I try and trade him for something, or do I just let him sit the season and just eat the contract? All very viable options, so definitely have a lot of things we have to do and look at here. I will say they are pretty deep with a lot of, young potential talent, which is all really good, but I think we can also agree that trading away John Wall is 1000% a must do, especially since he has a players option on his contract. Definitely need to try to find something in order to get some sort of assets back for him. Now I don't think this would either work in real life, but as you guys know, I really try to make my rebuilds as realistic as possible, but obviously it's still 2K, and obviously I still try to make my videos as interesting as possible, so I obviously try to have a little bit of fun with these trade options. So I'm looking for a trade for John Wall. Obviously assets is the first thing. I mean, we're going to be very bad, but if we can get someone with some potential like Jonathan Isaac here, it could be pretty good. Getting a good, reliable, not really reliable, but a good defensive, reliable player, I should say, and Jonathan Isaac definitely shouldn't be the worst case scenario for us. Maybe even Jeremy Grant, that could also be pretty good. Honestly, just any type of player that could really help us out. No, Siakam. This actually wouldn't be that bad of a trade, but man, obviously having Jalen Green still on the team, I don't really want to have, sacrifice any of his time and potential, and I guess focus away on trying to have Gary Trent Jr. there. I could just trade it away for just completely just getting cap space back by trading it to the OKC Thunder, but you know what? This isn't a terrible trade, and I think I guess it could help out the Magic a little bit. Obviously, getting rid of Gary Harris's contract and also getting off of Jonathan Isaac's pretty big deal, but maybe this will help them, I guess, tank. I don't know. For us, it'll definitely help us out. So Jonathan Isaac, welcome to the Houston Rockets. Also, Eric Gordon is 1000% a player that needs to be traded at some point in time for the Houston Rockets. A guy who could really be very valuable to, some sort of championship caliber team. Definitely, if he does get bought out at some point in time as well, could also be very valuable as well. Now, since we did just trade away John Wall, I think right now, since Eric Gordon is on a 2-year deal, just trying to find a starting point guard is going to be my main focus. And you know what? If I can just get this trade done, yeah, okay. So that looks like a terrible trade, and it is. But one, it clears up cap space, and two, we have a starting point guard now, which is pretty good. And also talking about clearing up cap space, trading away Daniel Tice. Again, just getting someone that I could just play off the bench and just clear cap space. So with our newly horrific team that we have here, of course, I'm not trying to make it to the playoffs this year. This is also going to be a 3-year rebuild. So the first year we can get some slack on this one. Really just want to see how far I can get the potential of Jonathan Isaac and Jalen Green up as much as possible. And also a lot of the young bench pitchers as well who could maybe stick around for the entire rebuild. I guess we'll just have to find out. So simulating through the first half of the year being pretty bad, I realized that maybe trying to find a trade for Christian Wood while his trade value is at its peak, which he was definitely doing some pretty good numbers on our end. I thought I would go ahead and do pretty much the trade that seems the most realistic I've done so far, and trading away Christian Wood for James Wiseman now. Obviously giving up Wood and a first could probably get it done in real life as well. James Wiseman definitely has a lot of upside offensively, defensively, especially if he can keep healthy in real life, so I thought that'd be a good little upside trade in our end for years to come. Now looking down in the West, simulated, like I said before, during the halfway point of the year, Christian Wood seems to be still doing pretty well on the Golden State Warriors, of course. But, wow, yeah, it looks like everyone's doing pretty well, and we are. is exactly what we want to be. Trying to get a good pick. We're out losing the Orlando Magic, as you can see, which is really good. But yeah. Wow. For some reason the Sixers aren't doing so hot. I wonder why. Ben Simmons, Ozzy, is always on the trade talking boards and everything right now with Twitter and NBA news and ESPN news. It's pretty annoying, but even then, Joel Embiid wasn't playing all that well. And also, the Phoenix Suns seem to always be struggling in my 2K simulations. It's really weird, but we're taking some big L's over here in Houston, which again is a good thing. Jalen Green so far has just been absolutely dominating for us. He's already up 2 overall, starting the year at 79. Now he's an 81 overall, already halfway through the first season. That's crazy. Also, Wiseman looking pretty good as well. Kevin Porter Jr. I actually have no idea what I'm going to do with Kevin Porter Jr. He could just be, trade bait. He could just come off the bench his entire, career here as of this video. We're gonna have to see. But Jalen Green obviously wins Rookie of the Year, averaging 21 points. Pretty good percentages as well. Nothing too inefficient at all for that matter. And also, obviously, Giannis, I feel like always wins MVP and Defensive Player of the Year every year. It's pretty annoying, actually. And for the all-rookie teams, obviously, our boys actually make both teams with Alfred Sengun. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but I actually gave him a couple minutes, and he actually developed pretty well throughout this first year, going from like a 72 overall to 75, which is definitely pretty good. But obviously, this being a playoff year that we're not very involved in, I'm going to be simulating through most of it because, again, we don't care. Well, I guess we do kind of care, but let's just see who makes it to the conference finals, and voila. We have the Lakers and the Pelicans, which, if you don't know, the Pelicans are just a god squad in 2K simulations, and over here we have a major upset with the Boston Celtics actually beating a fully healthy Brooklyn Nets team. Super weird. Looks like everyone had a pretty good game. Went into overtime and it was super close, but man, definitely kind of weird. I don't know why 2K hates good teams like the Phoenix and sometimes the Lakers, even in the Nets. They always hate those teams. As I'm saying that, the Lakers just lose in the finals to the Boston Celtics. So hey, you Boston Celtics fans might have a chance, but obviously, again, we're not in that playoff series. Doesn't matter. We are now over to where we do matter, and that's the draft lottery, where we do have our own pick. Now, so far, nothing really happens super crazy. Everyone goes in order, but then look at this. The Phoenix Suns, yes, the NBA Finals. Phoenix Suns have a number 4, well, like at least a top 4 pick in this upcoming year's draft. That's unfair. That is extremely unfair, but man, look at that. Even the Denver Nuggets have the number 7 pick. Not fair at all. Those good teams should not be tanking for good picks, it seems. No, but the 2K simulation just doesn't like those teams at all. Man, they even jumped over the Orlando Magic. Okay, let's see. Number 4. Okay, so it is Phoenix. So Phoenix jumped from, what was that, 9? From 9 to 4. That's a crazy jump. Then we have Detroit with the 3rd pick. Please, God, can we please have the number 1 pick? Oh my God. Of course. It's always Cleveland. Why does Cleveland get the 1st pick over and over and over and over and over and over again? Well, that's like their 5th number 1 pick in like 10 years. That's crazy, but I'll take number 2. So they take Jaden Hardy with the 1st overall pick. But you know me, I'm always looking for an opportunity to improve the quickest. And I think maybe trading that pick away would be the best case scenario for us, at least for a short-term rebuild. So taking a look at what we can get, I mean, obviously this one's pretty stupid and most unrealistic with getting Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry. That's just not going to happen in real life. This one, though, is pretty interesting. De'Aaron Fox on a playoff-less Sacramento Kings team again. Could want some new scenery. Could come in Houston. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Jamal Murray, Domantas Sabonis. Let's see. Oh. Man, SGA. Now that would be really cool as well. Man, that's a tough choice. SGA or De'Aaron Fox. You know, I feel like even though De'Aaron Fox does average a pretty good handful Isaac. We're now looking pretty good, pretty deep as well, with a lot of good bench potential. I think we just need to get our stars ready. So, again, maybe looking for trades like for Kevin Porter Jr., who's a player who I'm probably not going to be keeping on the team after this season. And also with Jason Tate, who's also a player that I really don't want to pay a lot of money for, that I don't really think is really worth it. So, those guys are definitely two options for trades, I could say. So with the cap money that we have, looking to sign maybe a close to max type of player. Obviously, the best small forward available is Michael Porter Jr. And in real life, Michael Porter Jr. signed a humongous extension, but in 2K it hasn't been updated to that yet, which is really good. So maybe we can snag him. TJ Warren is more of like the safe pick, just trying to get a guy on a one-year deal, just have us make the playoffs, have TJ Warren walk in the next year and try to sign someone else after this upcoming year. And then we have a special one here with, I think it's Michael McCall, I think it's how you pronounce it, it's McCall Bridges, but we have Bridges here, trying to snag him away from the very poor Phoenix Suns team. Maybe they drafted someone at the same position or something like that, but the Denver Nuggets look like they matched all offers and are keeping Michael Porter Jr. That's obviously pretty obvious. And for some reason it says here, as you can see, the Phoenix Suns matched Bridges' contract. So I said, okay, well they matched him, so I'm just going to sign TJ Warren, right? Well, get this, for some reason, when I simulated the first day, Bridges was not notified of you being on the Suns. He's actually still available right there. I think for some reason the Suns deal didn't go through or something like that, so I guess attempted to try and sign him again, and guess what happens? I guess the Phoenix Suns don't want him, and we actually get Bridges on our squad. So, I mean, take a look at the defense we have on the perimeter now with Bridges and Jonathan Isaac. That is absolutely insane. We have a knockdown 3-and-D shooter next to Jalen Green, who's going to be helping him out a lot on the defensive end, and then also with Jonathan Isaac. You know, this team isn't looking all that bad now, let me tell you. So, going into year number 2, we have SGA on the squad now looking fire. We have Jalen Green as well. Going into his sophomore year, we have Bridges, Jonathan Isaac, and James Wiseman and the starting 5. Now, this is a pretty nasty starting 5 for a young group, let me tell you that. The bench with Michael Porter Jr. and Jason Tate, two guys that I'm probably going to try to find trades for at some point in time. Also with Kenny Martin Jr. and Sengun, or however you pronounce that dude's last name, coming off the bench. So yeah, like I said, pretty interesting start to this second year. Halfway through the year, we are the number 1 seeded team now. Don't get all, frustrated that this is too easy. You can see that the first 5 slots here for positions 1 through 5 are only a handful of games out of spot. So technically we are 1, but really we lose 2 games in a row. We're down to the 5th seed. You know what I mean? So we're technically 1, but pretty close to 5. Again, 2K hating on really good teams. It seems to be a theming, and it seems like they always do. But look at the Brooklyn Nets here. Like, how are they so low? It makes 0 sense. But pretty much the same sort of playoff standings that you guys saw there. Nothing too crazy than we have here for the points per game. Shea obviously leading the squad, looking really good. We have Jalen Green also still averaging over 20 points nearly. And yeah, I do wish that at least, Jonathan Isaac would develop a little bit better offensively. He still hasn't. McCall Bridges, never really a crazy offensive player, but still improving pretty well. And then just showing you guys that, yes, I am on 50 Simulator, so no shadiness is happening right now. No shadiness. But like I said, I do need to find a trade for Kevin Porter Jr. It is the trade deadline, or at least close to it, and just trying to find good value for Kevin Porter Jr. and a player that can be cheap and can be kept cheap coming off the bench. I don't want to find a starter. Of course, a Kobe White player would be good, but I'm going to have to pay him at the end of the offseason. I don't want to do that and spend a lot of money on him. So, this trade would also be really amazing. Would be Cam Reddish. That'd be amazing for him to come off our bench. Maybe even potential starter. But I think, again, I'm going to have to pay him. He's a free agent after this season, so I don't really want to do that. Emmanuel quickly could be a pretty good option as well. Oh man, he's averaging 17 points per game. That's pretty crazy. But I ended up finding a pretty good one. guy is actually a rookie from last year's draft class. And knowing 2K and simulating him a lot, he actually develops pretty easily. I mean, you can get him to like a 90, I mean not a 90, an 81 overall in this first NBA season, so I take him in. Bye-bye, Kevin Porter Jr. I hope you have fun getting paid big bucks somewhere else. So, Nikola Jokic is the MVP. We have Paolo Banchero winning Rookie of the Year. Pretty cool. Miles Bridges, not McCall Bridges, wins 6th Man of the Year. That's pretty sick. Again, Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year. And Brandon Clark wins Most Improved Player. Let's take a look at the All-NBA teams for this year. Obviously, it's pretty much the same bunch of guys who wins it every year. But actually, we have a surprise guy here with, I've never seen this before, Lonzo Ball winning All-NBA second team honors. That's pretty insane. I have no idea how that happened, but now we can care about the playoffs because we are in the playoffs. We are the number 2 seed in the West, down from being the worst to second, which is pretty good, not gonna lie. And if you look at our half of the bracket, no offense to the teams that are in our half of the bracket, teams that I'm not very too worried about, I guess I should say. But it looks like the playoffs, I guess positioning, it looks pretty interesting. We have the Clippers and the Spurs making the playoffs from the play-in series, with us going against, yes, of course, the harder of the two, with the Clippers obviously a more veteran team with, I'm assuming, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George still, which is definitely terrifying. And over the East, you had the Hornets and the Pistons making their playoff appearances. No Brooklyn Nets, by the way. Very weird. But as you can see, we are already down 2-0, so I had to make my little coach settings here, making sure my defenses are nice and defending the right way and positioning the right way. So we're down 2-0 against a very good veteran squad, so I do end up doing a little, not a cheat sheet, but something I do a lot in my series. If you guys have watched a lot of them, if I'm down a couple games, definitely try. And oh my god, it's game 7. Oh my god, I try to do some coaching options and try to just tighten up the defense, and maybe that helps out a little bit. Sometimes I still lose, but I feel like it helps out a little bit. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's absolutely destroying them, by the way, playing very well. And wow, the Dallas Mavericks actually got swept by the Memphis Grizzlies, with something I do not see coming, but your boy winning by 2 points in game 7. Super close. Very glad we got out of that series for sure, because I feel like, no offense to any Memphis Grizzly fans out there, we should have a pretty easy out against Memphis, right? Yeah, we're up 2-1. Come on. 3-1. Come on. Yeah, 3-1. Let's go. Alright, so going from, again, the worst team ranked very bottom, very bottom of the West, now in the conference finals, going up against the absolute juggernaut squad, the Orleans Pelicans, and we're already down 1-0. Not good at all. Game 2 we take, though, which is really good. And over in the East, as you can see, another battle of young teams of the Boston Celtics and the Atlanta Hawks as well. Tied up series 2-2. God, I hate this team. Oh my god, please no. Please no, please. You know what, for our second year, it's definitely not that bad. Oh my god, wait. They have Zach LaVine. Okay, you know what, I actually don't feel that bad. They legit have a big 3. They have Zach, Ingram, and Zion. They also have, oh my god. Yeah, you know what, we actually kind of deserved to lose that series. That is one thing I could really argue about our team, is that we don't have a big 3. I mean, Jalen Green and SGA are amazing players, but I don't think Isaac or Wiseman or Bridges can really be that third option guy. Oh my god, wow. Okay, so Boston Celtics fans, you guys are officially back-to-back NBA champions. Shout out to Jason Tatum. Oh my god, yeah. Let's see this. He's already a 2-time champion. That'd be so crazy if Jason Tatum won 2 NBA titles like that. That'd be insane. But anyways, I think we're good. We're really close. I think, like I just said, I think we just need to find our next guy. We need to have a big 3. I feel like every amazing team has big 3s. We need to find a big 3. So, with that being said, wow, LeBron is actually a free agent. The Lakers didn't sign him. Oh my god, he could go to the Knicks, the Spurs. Oh my god, back to Cleveland. God, that'd be crazy. crazy. Seeing LeBron on the Knicks would make me very happy. I feel like that'd be so cool to see, actually. Dang. Well, he is a free agent. I guess we can technically go after him. Or even Nikola Jokic is also an unrestricted free agent. But look at that lucrative contract the Denver Nuggets are offering him. Also, Zion is trying to get signed up somewhere, it seems. John Morant. Ooh, man, this is a really good free agent class. But looking at our team right here, again, I feel like we don't really need anything but a third option. And, if that is a trade with Bridges or I don't know, maybe Isaac as well, or just trading a piece or two here and there, I feel like we're just close and we're really deep, but we just need that next guy. So, with that being said, I don't think I need to do any really big-time signings. I think it just comes down to who we're going to trade, and Wiseman is definitely a player that hasn't really developed as well as I thought he would. Sometimes I get him in simulations and he's amazing. Sometimes I get him in simulations and he's really bad, like in this one, so that's definitely not great. Isaac's overall looks nice. It's an 85, but definitely isn't playing like an 85 overall. And then we have Bridges here, who also hasn't really been playing up to expectations points-wise. Taking a look at some of the trades for all of them, I decided that I couldn't find anything. So I'm just going to basically sign a bunch of just veterans, just, run it back, I guess, for one final year, year 3. We were close already. But maybe I could try to find a trade at the end of the year or sometime during the year and sort of revitalize this NBA squad. So in the final year, we still have SGA, we have Jalen Green, we have Bridges, Isaac, Wiseman, we have Griffin Jr. coming off the bench as well as our 6th man. And basically everyone else is exactly the same. No switch ups, no anything different. I think we just need to develop and maybe find another option, whether it is a guy who can score more or a guy who can facilitate more. I think offense is what we are missing. We have Bridges and Isaac are both very good defenders. Even SGA, a really good defender. So maybe if we just find a guy who can come and provide some offense, it could be really good. But in our first handful of games here, as you can see, we're doing actually pretty well, which is really, 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 really good to see. Oh man, wow, we are actually going pretty crazy. Yeah, our power ranking's only, what is that, 3rd or 2nd? I think it's 3rd, it says. And we are still 1st in the conference, but looking at trades, like I said, building up Isaac's, I guess, trade potential. We get a pretty interesting offer for Sabonis, which, again, like I said, maybe, scoring isn't what we're looking for. Maybe we're just looking for better ball movement. And obviously, besides Nikola Jokic, Sabonis is definitely a very good passer in himself and someone who can just stand at the top of the key and still handle offense himself. I think this might be what we need. Now, we are going to lose a lot of defense, but I believe in Wiseman, I believe in Bridges, and I think this can get the job done. This could be our big 3. So Luka Doncic wins MVP. We have Keaton George winning Rookie of the Year over in Portland, which is kind of cool. Davion Mitchell. We have Giannis Antetokounmpo again winning Defensive Player of the Year, and Nikola Jovic. Not Nikola Jokic, Nikola Jovic winning Most Improved Player. That's interesting. Do we have anyone on our All-NBA team? Yes, we do. We have SGA making All-NBA 2nd team as a 93. A 93 overall. SGA, I love you, man. That's crazy. So now we got the 1 seed. Oh, actually, Sacramento actually made the playoffs this year. That's actually pretty sick. And in the East, still no Brooklyn Nets big 3. Oh, wait, there they are. They're in the play-in tournament, which is super weird to see. Over in the West, though, we have a good couple matchups here, and it looks like we have the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks making the playoffs. We're going against Luka Doncic's Dallas Maverick team, which, again, I'm not too worried about. And we have Miami and the Nets making it over in the East, which, again, pretty weird that they're having to have to do play-in series to even get into the playoffs. Very weird. Just showing you guys, it's still on 50 simulator difficulty. Nothing weird going on here. But I just don't really feel like I have to worry about this Dallas Maverick team. I feel like we have them pretty set in stone. I mean, you just put Bridges on Luka Doncic and try to lock him up, and we should be pretty good. And as you see, it's not too hard. We are going up against our arch enemies here, the New Orleans Pelicans, and 2 pretty big upsets over in the other half of the bracket. bracket, I should say. That's pretty interesting. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers beating the Big Three Brooklyn Nets in the first round, which, my God, and the defending back-to-back NBA champions get bumped out of the first round. So it looks like we are primed, set, and ready to have a title run here, ladies and gentlemen. Looking pretty good. Looks like Sexton is on the Pistons now, which is really weird to see. Alright, so we have the Pelicans here. I'm assuming they still have their big three, but we did up our tempo, we did up our passing, ball movement abilities, and I think, as you can see, it gets the job done, thank God. Yeah, Jalen shot the ball way better this game than he did the last series, and look at that Sabonis, like I said, big time golf claps for Sabonis. I feel like he is definitely the X factor in trying to get a big three. Now, of course, Zion, look at that, he averaged 30 on us, which is absolutely insane, which I don't doubt he would do that against Sabonis, but, you know, we did give up a bit of defense, but definitely helping out the offense. Then, over in the West, we have a surprise Cinderella team of the Spurs, led by none other than RJ Barrett. No offense, again, a team led by RJ Barrett is a team I do not fear, so I think we should have actually a pretty good run here for the NBA Finals. And then again, a couple upsets with the Sixers getting bumped out. Looking like we are set for a nice title run. Can we sweep our way? Yeah. Again, no offense to RJ. Didn't really feel like we really needed to worry about this team a whole lot. So, taking a look, we are going up against the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA Finals, which obviously Cam Reddish, Trae Young, that whole squad is still together. Anyone else? They did add another deadly three-point shooter to an already deadly three-point shooting team in Duncan Robinson. That's actually pretty sick, but again, they don't really have anything super crazy. I mean, obviously Trae Young is Trae Young, and 2K loves Trae Young, so definitely I need to worry about that, but we have SGA to try to lock him down. Do I even need to do a coach setting? Let's see. 2-1. Oh yeah, let's go. Let me guess, is it SGA winning Finals MVP? Yes, it is. Ooh, man. SGA is an amazing guy to have in a 2K simulation, let me tell you that. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for me. It's a 3-year rebuild. Hopefully you guys enjoy this a little bit longer rebuild, I guess. This was a lot of fun, so make sure you guys comment down below another team you guys want me to see and try to rebuild. Look at that, Jalen